Pearson, well, investment can be a pretty scary word no matter your age, but Ken Grand with Waterstone Private Wealth Management shows us how to save long-term at each stage of life. Very important stuff to know. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, first up, what are some of the common items that people should focus on?
Well, no matter what your age, the formula is the same. And that is you need to balance your budget and create a savings, because the only way you can pay for your dreams of tomorrow is to save today.
Very true.
So that's good for no matter what your age.
So how can people in their 20s and 30s start investing? Because I know a lot of people, it's all buy now and spend everything.
It's buy now, consume whatever you have, but there's 3 simple tips that they need to follow. And the first is that time is on your side.
Okay.
Not that you can wait, but that you can use the power of compounding interest. Now what that means is that the sooner you save and the longer that you invest for, the more savings you'll have at the end. In fact, Albert Einstein said that the most powerful phenomenon he ever measured was compounding interest. And that's simply, if you are, say, 25 years old and you put $2,000 in investments that then grow at 7% a year, when you're 65, you have $30,000 off that $2,000.
That's crazy thinking it just adds up that.
But if you wait 10 years and you don't do that until you're 35, you only have $15,000. So you cut your savings in half. So the real key is start today and time is on your side. And the second thing is that where you're invested matters, because the biggest threat to that is that the markets aren't going to go a nice, easy 7% a year. You know, there's a lot of volatility, so you have to plan for volatility, changes in the market, changes over the economy in time, and you have to be prepared. So it's not, the last one is then, you know, you don't want to then act like it's a casino. Well, I'm going to bet on red or black. You need to have a diversified portfolio in order to manage that diversity and volatility of the markets. And then you'd want to use every tool that you can. In fact, the IRS will allow you to put back money and pay yourself before you pay them. If you put it into a 401k or an IRA, you can put money back for you in your future before you ever pay your taxes. And that's key to get started young. Those are some of the same things if you're older.
Yeah, I say for people, someone in their 40s or 50s, what would you recommend for them?
Well, it's going to be some of the same, but now you better get very specific. In fact, you need to set specific goals and set a plan. In fact, one of the processes that we use for our clients at Waterstone is what we call My Bucket List, Dream, Plan, Do. And it's pretty self-explanatory. What is it you want your future and your retirement to be? Dream about that, and you get to define what that is.
Visualize.
Visualize the future. Put it into being with a plan. And so then you have a plan for the volatility of the markets, for how much you'll need, and then you carry that out. And without a plan, you're just planning to fail. And then the last part is then, if you're age 50, you can actually do what they call a catch-up. You can start saving even more, pay yourself even more. Whereas in your 401k, you could put $18,000 a year pre-tax.
Wow.
Once you're 50, you can add an extra $6,000. In your traditional IRAs, where you could put $5,500 a year back pre-tax that you don't get taxed on, you can add an extra $1,000. So play the catch-up game if you're over 50, but you need to definitely maximize your savings for your future, because the reality is if you don't save it, you don't get to spend it.
Yes, and you can wait on all that online shopping because it's so easy these days, just especially on your phone. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So, all right, we'll be right back.